Okay, so I've been watching some of Tamashii's videos, and yeah, she has said some stupid things in the past, but I've been pretty tolerant of her. Okay, so a couple months ago, she made a video where she defended Pokemon Red and Blue and proclaimed that those games are more genius than so many people make them out to be nowadays. And she did bring up some very convincing arguments. I mean, I don't know if they're 100% true or not, but they sound believable, except for one. Well, and another, but I think the comment I posted on her video pretty much sums it up, so let's take a look on the one I'm actually going to talk about.
And speaking of Mr. Fuji, the incompetence of adults is everywhere at this game. It's in your parents that let you wander into strange cities far from home all alone. It's in your teacher who asks you to do work that he can't do because he's too old. It's in Giovanni and Team Rocket and how their misguided plans are foiled by just one kid. And it's in the largely absent state that does not hold bad people accountable for doing bad things, leaving the job up to the very type of person it should be protecting in the first place, a child. Remember how we established you're playing from the viewpoint of a child? Well, he asks you, the next generation, to become curious, explore, and understand the world. In a way, the very game itself is built that way, to force you to use the part of your brain that learns about things, takes in information and solves problems. It's simple, but it is a story from a child's perspective after all. One in which the child grows and gains more understanding of the world they live in, even more than the destructive adults around them.
Okay, Tamashii, that really makes it look like you're trying to scrape the bottom of the barrel to look for defensive arguments to make. Look, I'm not going to just jump to conclusions and assume that you're a Gen 1 fangirl who can't stand to see her precious Gen 1 get caught out, because that would really make me look like a snob, especially when I don't have any evidence of that. But saying that the incompetence of the adults is intended, that they made the adults stupid when there's nothing in the game that makes it clear that they were intentionally made incompetent for the sake of teaching maturity? Maybe I'm not doing my research properly, but your audience shouldn't have to do research. If you're going to say something that sounds crazy like that, you need to provide a citation. Otherwise, it looks like you're just making assumptions, and your defensive argument for the game makes it look like you don't know the difference between a flaw and brilliant writing. Look, maybe it is intended that way. Maybe it isn't. And I won't say that citations are needed every single time you make a point, only when you make a point that sounds crazy, or when you're trying to prove that a user did something, or something like that. But this falls into the former category.